The time is 8:45 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news edited by Dinini Gunawardena and read by Tilani Pires. The headlines. Preparations of 10,000 land deeds have been finalized for the initial stage of the Urumaya program. An initiative is in progress to empower 1.2 million impoverished families. Sri Lanka will host the 37th session of the Asia-Pacific Regional Conference of the FAO in February. A bilateral aviation services agreement will be signed between Sri Lanka and Thailand. America assures its continuous support to upgrade the health sector of the island. And on international news, the Palestinian health minister warns of rapid spread of epidemics in Gaza. And on sports news, tennis, Andy Murray is beaten in Montpellier. The preparations for the initial stage of the Urumaya program involving the distribution of 10,000 land deeds have been finalized. The Minister of Tourism and Lands announced the commencement of the Urumaya freehold deed program aiming to grant land ownership to deserving individuals. Necessary steps have been taken to dispatch these freehold deeds to the relevant district secretariats. The Urumaya program marks a significant step towards addressing land ownership issues in the country. With 10,000 freehold deeds set for distribution in the first phase alone, the program holds the potential to positively impact a considerable number of lives. President Ranil Wickremesinghe will preside over the national ceremony on 5th February at the Rangili Damburu Stadium, marking the commencement of the Urumaya freehold deeds program's first phase, where 10,000 land deeds will be awarded. 2 million farming families prepare to receive freehold land under the transformative Urumaya program. The government has allocated funds for transportation of food, providing them to district secretaries. This move aims to ensure smooth and convenient participation for all deed holders attending the upcoming event. The State Minister of Social Empowerment, Mr. Anupa Pasquale, unveiled a multi-pronged approach to foster national stability and prosperity during a press briefing held at the Presidential Media Centre today. Expressing optimism for a brighter future, State Minister Pasquale unveiled a comprehensive plan, New Village, New Country, entrepreneurial state that aims to unlock the potential of 1.2 million needy families and propel them towards economic independence. Recognizing the potential of international opportunities, he mentioned about the plans to send 10,000 individuals proficient in Japanese to secure jobs abroad. This initiative leverages existing language skills to open doors to lucrative employment opportunities in the new market. A group of delegation of Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations arrived in the island to observe the organization of the 37th session of the Asia-Pacific Regional Conference of the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. The conference is scheduled to be held from the 19th to the 22nd of February 2024 in Colombo. The Asia-Pacific Regional Conference of the UNFAO will enable ministers of agriculture and high officials from 40 member countries across the region to discuss challenges and priorities related to food and agriculture, promoting regional coherence. The ministerial session is planned to be held from the 19th to the 22nd of February 2024. It will be preceded by senior officers meeting to be held virtually. The agenda also includes a forum on agritourism, which will give high-level delegates arriving in the island from across the Asia-Pacific region the opportunity to recognize Sri Lanka's viability as an agritourism destination, further developing the nation's agritourism sector and bringing in valuable foreign exchange. This is a valuable opportunity for Sri Lanka and the region to collaborate in fostering an abundant agricultural sector. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Sri Lanka and Thailand are expected to sign a bilateral aviation services agreement during the upcoming visit of the Thai Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin to Colombo. The Thai Prime Minister will undertake a 2-day official visit to Sri Lanka from 3rd to 4th February 2024 at the invitation of President Ranil Wickremesinghe, during which he will participate in the ceremony to mark the 76th anniversary of the independence of Sri Lanka as the guest of honor. According to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Thai Premier is scheduled to have official discussions with President Wickremesinghe and witness the signing of the historic Sri Lanka-Thailand Free Trade Agreement during the visit. The United States Ambassador to Sri Lanka, Julie Chang, met Minister Ramesh Patirana at the Ministry of Health today. The discussion held between the diplomats focused on the prevailing situation of the public health sector and the assistance rendered by the USA for the development of the health sector. Minister Patirana said that the government is implementing a number of programs to provide high-quality health services to the public, including prevention of the scarcity of drugs, vaccination programs, and control programs of communicable and non-communicable diseases. The minister further expressed his sincere thanks to the American government for the diplomatic assistance rendered by it in the progress of the health sector, while Ambassador Chung, on behalf of the American government, assured continuous support to uplift the health sector of the island. That ends the local news for now.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena says that a new gazette will be issued within the next fortnight on the new rules and regulations imposed on the usage of highways and expressways. The new rules focus on the safeguarding of the passengers. Maximum speed limits for the vehicles will be imposed as well. A committee of experts will be appointed in this regard, and the recommendations of the committee will be implemented expeditiously. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
This is Watchlight. The Education Ministry has extended a validity period for the footwear gift vouchers issued to school students. The validity of the school footwear gift vouchers given to school students by the government was to expire on February 1st, 2024. Considering several requests made by the parents, the Education Ministry has extended the validity period of school footwear vouchers to February 17th. That came to you in Watchlight. Coming up, World News. World News headlines first. The Palestinian Health Minister warns of rapid spread of epidemics in Gaza. Imran Khan is sentenced to 10 years in jail in state secrets case. The Hong Kong leader starts pushing for new security laws. The Health Minister of the Palestinian Authority warned of the rapid spread of epidemics in Gaza, describing health conditions as catastrophic as a result of severe shortages of health personnel, equipment, medicine, and shelter centers. In an interview with Palestine TV, she said out of the 36 hospitals in the Gaza Strip, 14 are partially operating, 9 in the south and 5 in the north. She further added that there are 325 shelter centers. 150 of the shelter centers have one health point and the remaining 175 centers do not. The former Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan had been sentenced to 10 years in jail in a case in which he was accused of leaking state secrets. Mr. Khan, who was ousted by his opponents as PM in 2022, is already serving a 3-year jail term after being convicted of corruption. He has called all the charges against him politically motivated. The conviction under the Secrets Act comes the week before a general election in which he is barred from standing. Hong Kong's leader confirmed the intention of tighten national security laws to build on sweeping legislation China imposed in 2020, saying the city could not afford to wait. Some business people, diplomats and academics are watching developments closely, saying the prospect of new laws targeting espionage, state secrets and foreign influence, known as Article 23, could have a deep impact on the global financial hub. Chief Executive John Lee said the government will attempt to pass the laws as soon as possible, but did not give a precise timetable for them to be approved by the city's legislature. Back to the world news headlines. The Palestinian Health Minister warns of rapid spread of epidemics in Gaza. Imran Khan is sentenced to 10 years in jail in state secrets case. The Hong Kong leader starts pushing for new security laws. That ends World News.
Development News.
The Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority reports that the total number of tourists who visited Sri Lanka as of January 28, 2024 is 189,574. During this period, the highest number of tourist arrivals was recorded on January 15th with a total of 8,541 visitors. India was the leading contributor to tourist arrivals during this period, while Russia, the United Kingdom and Germany followed. That was development news. Moving on with sports news. Andy Murray suffered a first-round exit at the Open Sud de France in Montpellier, but Katie Boulter won to reach the Linz Open second round. Murray was beaten to 6-7, 6-7, 5, 6-3 by France's Benoit Paire. The 36-year-old, who was also beaten in the first round at the Australian Open, has now won only one of his last 8 matches. Three-time Grand Slam champion Murray has now lost all 3 of his matches in 2024 and slipped to 49th position in the world rankings. That came to you in sports news, tennis news of course.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න as වහගෙන දැකපු හින හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The National Development Bank PLC was the official banking partner at the Cadell Exhibition 2024, hosted at the BMICH recently. Organized by the CEC Events Private Limited, this premier exhibition is the go-to destination for individuals seeking inspiration and guidance on their home ownership journey in Sri Lanka. That was business news.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න as වහගෙන දැකපු හින හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
And on economic news, the United States Agency for International Development's Partnership for Accelerating Results in Trade, National Expenditure and Revenue Activity with the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce have completed an on-the-job coaching program for 50 development officers attached to the Sri Lanka Export Development Board. At an award ceremony held recently, they recognized the officers for the completion of the coaching program, which included a 3-day residential program followed by a 1-month self-coaching program guided by the experienced master coaches. That came to you in economic news.
Weather report.
Showers will occur at times in the eastern, Uva and north central provinces and in the Mullaitivu and Matale districts. Showers or thundershowers will occur at several places elsewhere after 2 p.m. Fairly heavy showers, about 75 millimeters, are likely at some places in the Uva, Sabaragamuwa and central provinces. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the central, Sabaragamuwa and Uva provinces and in the Galle and Matra districts during the morning hours. That was the weather report. And now to this news broadcast, the main points once again. Preparations of 10,000 land deeds have been finalized for the initial stage of the Urumaya program. An initiative is in progress to empower 1.2 million impoverished families. Sri Lanka will host the 37th session of the Asia-Pacific Regional Conference of the FAO in February. A bilateral aviation services agreement will be signed between Sri Lanka and Thailand. America assures its continuous support to upgrade the health sector of the island. And on foreign news, the Palestinian health minister warns of rapid spread of epidemics in Gaza. And on sports news, tennis, Andy Murray is beaten in Montpellier. That ends this news broadcast, and now it's back to Chandima Virakon, as always, on a Tuesday night. Back to you, Chandima.
Thank you very much, Tilani. That was Tilani Paris bringing you the night bulletin of news. 30 seconds to 9 is the time, and you and I know at 9 o'clock sharp we are going to commence the Family Choice program this Tuesday as well. So you can call me on our hotline. 269-4316 is the number for you to get in touch with us.